I want to start with being back in Europe again.
Yay! Not in the UK, shocking.
Not in the UK, exactly. Mannheim is gorgeous. So 10 out of 10. But also, very lucky for you guys, it's kind of timed really well in that Alliance just won the Esports World Cup. So we just had an EMEA team win a LAN and then go straight to an EMEA LAN for ALGS afterwards.
Yeah, we could not write it better.
Sustaining the hype.
Like the script writers are sitting there, just pen on fire, like absolutely
It's
going
all jazz.
for it.
It's all jazz.
Yeah, don't out the script writer. Like, come on. So, like, how was the process of finding this venue? I want to know, like, all about, like, how you guys came across it. Like, when you decided it was going to be, like, the place. Like, what was the little kind of moment where you were like, this is it. This is the right place.
I mean,
Were you
on
the scout? Yeah.
Venue planning starts, we started last year,
early.
6 to 10 months ago. I forget when exactly we were on this specific site visit. When we do site visits, it's kind of condensed down into a week, so we want to hit all of the venues at once. I think it was 7 sites or 7 countries.
I remember
7 countries
that we did in 5
Chaz
days.
was like exhausted.
It wasn't even a person that day. People you could put a leash on me and just pull me from venue to venue at that point. But I remember walking into the venue and like, it's obviously a fully empty venue. There's nothing going on, but you kind of get this feeling. Like it's so silly to say like it's like a gut feeling where you walk into a venue and you know it's perfect for your event, but like seeing the amount of space that was front of house, back of house for practice, league operations, not every venue can fit a 55-meter stage. Yeah. So that does limit us to an extent, but when you go into the right venue, I feel like you just know. Like the Galen Center had a similar feeling too, and it was like a collective like, whoa, I think this is it. Yeah,
like,
exactly.
we can do something with this.
Exactly. The venue itself, the staff have been incredible to work with. This is the first time they've had an esports event like this at this venue. So they were incredibly excited to like
they get to
work
christen
with
it.
us.
Yeah,
exactly. Exactly.
That's always super fun too when you know the staff is like, what is this? You know, and then it almost launches their ability to think, you know, beyond traditional events and start to, you know, attract more esports events to their venue, because you know we're as Jazz says, we're one of the more complicated ones, and so it's kind of cool for them to see possibilities as well.
Yeah, I mean the venue sent a media team to capture content at this event because they want to promote it too. They're like they're so hyped about it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's so cool. And they get to experience the benefit of just having a whole bunch of ultra obsessed nerds locked in the same place for like 4 days straight.
Yes.
Like, they are spent. Like, I've already done my merch booth run.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Get it. You got to get that done early.
I dropped like 160 euro. Like,
I'm sorry for
off
making
the
the
bat.
merch so good. It's just
It's also Jazz.
who was it who designed the hoodie for this one? Because my god,
that's our team. I mean, I'm not designing myself. I'm not talented in that sense. But, you know, the briefing of it, the concept of it, this one was really fun. We got to play around a little bit. The Nessie and Lederhosen, come on.
it's so good.
I love too that it's becoming like collectible.
Yeah,
and we're
exactly.
making it very specific about the venue and trying to make it, you know, about the region as well. So everyone gets a little part of like special history. It's so
exactly.
cute.
I framed my LA one.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
It's
wall
so
art in my
good.
office because I want to remember that, you know.
I just wear it all the time.
Yeah, that too.
It's my Nessies that I keep safe. I literally have a golden one from Champs that's like still in the packaging.
The
Like
best.
it is safe. But that kind of transitions quite nicely for me, because it's quite clear that community, especially like regional communities, has been like a stronger focus with EA and Respawn this year. You had the Asia Festival, which looked amazing. You even had like the Chaos Cup in the UK, which was bonkers fun. You brought in a lot of those content creators. I know a lot of them are coming back and flying out for this one to compete in the show match, which is super exciting. You've got all different sizes of content creators coming in and getting involved now as well, you know, from like the mid-range, from like, you know, maybe 1 to 7K all the way up to like really, you know, big, very popular streamers as well. So can we expect like and look forward to like some more of this? Like, you know, for example, like South and Central America, you know, they haven't really had any like community stuff as of yet, but there is definitely a community there.
Yeah.
Like, especially, you know, South America just won the first game of this LAN. Like,
It's crazy.
oh my God.
I think we talked about this last time too, where it's definitely our goal to like bring ALGS to as many, you know, different regions, different communities as possible. So, you know, it's been great this year to be in North America and then come back to Europe. And we've just been really trying to embrace the community and the popular streamers and the creators of the region. So as you mentioned, what do we have, like 100 different European creators here
It's a
this
monster
week, which
list.
is incredible. I remember the creator lounge at the last LAN was just like packed.
Heaving.
Yeah.
Like my
so-
entire Twitch following was in that room, like, in LA.
It's kind of surreal, right?
Yeah, it was just so cool. So yeah, absolutely, we want to continue to like double down on expanding our reach with all of these amazing communities and bringing the ALGS to as many of them as possible. It's hard, you know, it's hard, as you know, to like get to all of the lands, and so that's why it's really important for us to try and move around.
Yeah.
My
And
goal is to
lucky
make
on
our
this.
events like so much fun and create so much FOMO that every single competitive Apex fan is like ALGS LAN on their bucket list.
Yeah,
you know, that's
gotta
the goal.
go, gotta
yeah.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I know just from going through my Twitter feed that there's a guy who actually got on one of the teams at the Chaos Cup as like a community member, competed and then won, was on the winning team,
Yeah.
and he just arrived here I think last night.
I love that story.
And is now in the crowd right now,
it
watching.
can happen, people.
So he's gone from
So
competing in a
cool.
community tournament to immediately
Yeah.
going, I'm going to the next LAN and
Yeah.
making it there and
Yeah.
being like there right now.
Yeah.
Which
So
is
great.
It's awesome. So I think it's working. I might be a bit biased because I got involved in one of them and it was really fun. So
We're biased too, to
Yeah,
be fair.
totally.
yeah, I think everyone here is a little bit like, you know, we're a little bit obsessed in a healthy way.
That's
most
right.
Of the time.
Yeah.
Pretty healthy.
Most of the time, yeah.
Just like any other family.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. The family reunion going strong so far.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's all good. I'm not gonna ask like for a specific answer from you guys, but can we expect the champs location announcement to come soon?
Ooh, soon. Sounds
wonder.
about right.
I did
Soon
originally
sounds
request this
about
for the
right.
Sunday just in case,
Yes,
but
yes. You will be pleasantly surprised, I think, about the timing of of the information delivery. So
good. That's what I like to
so
hear.
stay tuned.
It's really nice to kind of see like that transition through this year in terms of really investing in like the creators, the people, the communities, the different groups, and kind of seeing it expand around the world. I mean, with all three being in the UK last year, like, was it always the plan to kind of go from that to start touring around again? Was it kind of like setting the stage almost and like re-establishing the LAN format? Or like, well, kind of mainly actually establishing... I always forget how young Apex is in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, totally.
Like actually establishing that format in one location and then kind of expanding to traveling. Like, was that the process or?
I mean, I don't know that it was deliberate. It, you know, as you mentioned, we're pretty young and
Yeah.
we're just kind of figuring it out and you know, trying to double down on what works and continue to like bring the ALGS to as many communities as possible. So I think, you know, yeah, we got to learn a lot in the UK, and the UK fans and the venues that we worked with were incredible to help us like through those growing pains and learning phases. And so I think, you know, we're just like now able to get out and show what we've learned and continue to evolve. And you know, the Respawn team has also really invested in Europe. They've got a team now here that's based in France, and you'll see throughout the week the impact of having a regional team supporting. So yeah, we're just kind of like moving with the priorities of the business and trying to kind of show up where we feel like we're going to have the most support. And so, yeah, I think we'll feel it as a team, just the extra support from a regional team, not only just from like the local language and the local traditions and the culture, just like helping us like get better at serving the fans in the region, but also just like physically having more people here to help us out is really great. So yeah,
it's a big
I think,
operation.
It takes a village. But yeah, I think that's, you know, from my perspective, we really got to learn quite a bit from those events in the UK.
Agreed. And then as the Apex Legends Global series, like, we're trying to bring it everywhere.
The G and ALGS.
Exactly.
What's quite nice as well is mainland Europe is, for a lot of esports, a massive hub.
Oh my god.
Especially Germany. Also France as well, like France for Rocket League in particular.
Yeah, huge.
Germany's massive for League.
Yeah.
So what's it like kind of almost joining the club of like hosting, you know, hosting one of your LANs in like mainland Europe or like the trendy like esports are, you know?
I mean, well, coming from Riot and having been based in Berlin, it is pretty awesome to be back in Germany. And you're right, like, there's so much going on. It feels like just endless esports. Like you said, we just came off EWC. We had Gamescom just recently. I think LEC is showing up in Munich this weekend, and it just feels like a esports frenzy, and I'm loving it.
This is the #1 selling EU LAN event we've ever had.
Yeah.
Like, the numbers clear.
Incredible.
What we did in London. So it's really awesome to see all of that support and everyone coming together. You saw the crowd out there, right? It's Thursday.
And it's
at 10 a.m.
Thursday.
Like, Thursday at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Like the section that they have open is already
Filled,
filled.
right?
I know. We were like kind of beside ourselves.
Yeah.
It's amazing. What did we call this? Our love letter to the German fans.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they've earned it. It's literally on the tram on like the way in. Like, it got past the last stop and we realised, everyone else on this tram is all going to ALGS.
Yeah,
Like,
there's nowhere else they're going.
like, we're sitting there and behind us we're hearing someone talk about meta and I'm like, oh hell.
Yeah.
So
This is
great.
nice.
Yeah, it is nice.
It is definitely nice. And I'm super excited for all the adventures that await with champs and everything like that. I think it's going to be really exciting. I think people are going to be very hyped for it.
We are very excited too.
It's like hard to keep it in.
I know. We just want to
I don't
dish
know how you
right.
guys do it. I don't know how you do it. Honestly. I respect the hell out of you for making it.
It's like months in the making, and so
Yes.
just knowing and not being able to
You just
share
gotta sit
just
on it.
kills
Just-
us.
That's why we just bug each other about it.
We did.
You got to find that one person.
Yeah.
Who's like, right.
Yeah.
We got to talk about it multiple times each week.
Yes.
That's perfect. Well, I'm happy that we're all here. I'm
Yeah,
happy
we
it's
are
happening. We're back, and we're back in Europe.
Yeah. It's so great.
European esports fans are just.
I agree.
They are top tier.
I agree.
100%.